Alright, I'm about to tell a really sad story, and it's a true one, about this house. Take a look at it. See it? Let me just park over here so you can see it a little bit. I wanted to just sit down and tell you a little story. This house holds an awful memory and a secret. And I'm about to tell you about it, and I don't like to talk about it too much. See, they got their cameras out on the house. I wouldn't blame them to do that. One time, a long time ago, I'm not sure how many years it was. It might have been in the late 90s. There was a guy named John Muhammad I think Malvo or something like that. I have to look it up. But he was in the Army, and they called him the Washington, D.C. Sniper. He was from Tacoma, Washington. And one of his victims lived in this house. And apparently, he was married to a woman, and her relatives lived here. I think it was her sister. And one day, he just decided to come over there and knock on the door. And I guess her niece was there with her baby. And she was right in the middle of changing the baby's diaper. And she got a knock at the door. And apparently she might have recognized him and opened the door for him. Because, if she didn't know who he was, I guess she knew. Because it wasn't a sign of a struggle, to get the door open. But I guess he shot her right at the door. So she was one of the DC Sniper victims right here in this house. Okay, I don't know if you can see it, but that's it. Okay, so this house right here holds the secret of the DC Sniper. Why he killed her, I'm sure it had to do with something with his wife, and he wanted to make her suffer because they separated. But the guy who was with him, the young man who he brainwashed and was molesting and raping, that he forced to commit murders, is still in jail, currently serving time for committing the murders, even though he was forced and brainwashed by Muhammad. But no psychologist or anyone can, I guess, understand, because it's so deep when a psychopath takes on someone and forces them to commit crimes, and then in the end they end up suffering just as much, because not only were they brainwashed and tortured, but then afterwards they have to pay for their perpetrators' crimes. So that's what happens in America a lot. Is there will be the victim always is too weak and bullied into committing crimes, and then they have to serve the time, and no psychiatrists or psychologists seem to understand that. So it just kind of goes brushed under the rug and just ignored. Part of the legal system traps. So I guess Muhammad kind of won in that instance, where he took on a victim and took him all the way till his death with him. Alright, so that's my post on this one, and more to come.